I'm Jay Taylor. I'm the editor of a newsletter called Jay Taylor's Gold Energy and Tech Stocks. I also host a radio show that airs once a week called Turning Hard Times into Good Times. I'm here in Vancouver today, and I'm really pleased to meet up with Michael Konnert. And very interesting company. I mentioned I'm a host of a radio show. I just learned about this story from Eric Coffin last week, and I thought, well, that's a pretty interesting story. And just happened that I was coming to Vancouver now and have a chance to talk to Michael. This is really, you've consolidated a whole district as I understand it. You have an option on that district. I understand there's a couple of producing mines there. Talk to us about the story and what your business plans are going forward.
Yeah, so we have a kind of a unique opportunity here to explore an entire silver district in Mexico, a district that's actually never been explored with modern techniques before. And then at the end of the 2-year exploration window, we have the opportunity to actually buy the production assets from the companies that are producing there right now. So this is a unique deal. It's a district that has, as we've put out in our past 2 news releases, has some significant high grade silver and gold, and really is ripe for kind of modern exploration and a company to take it to the next level. And as far as analogs go, we're about 80 kilometers away from the San Dimas mine, which is First Majestic's primary producer. Yeah. So the area is really interesting, and so we're very excited about this opportunity here.
So what can you tell me about the grades, and you've a couple of producing mines there now. Are they profitable? What sort of grades are they running? And then I'd like to ask you about the potential to expand this, because as I understand it, the mines have been running for a long time, but they haven't really looked at the big picture, at the big geological potential of the district. Yeah,
that's right. So in the last 2 news releases, we came out with consistent over, I think it was five or six multi-kilo numbers, from underground mines and surface sampling, channel sampling across the veins over mineable widths on the project. So the first release we put out was there was 2 intercepts on the lower levels of the San Carlos mine, which is 50 meters. The entrance is 50 meters away from the El Coco mill that we have under option, and that was a kilo over 5 meters and very high grades over mineable widths there, and that just kind of gave us a comfortability that yes, there is high grade next to this mill. This is the most productive vein. Everyone was kind of aware that we were going to have good numbers from here. But then the next release a week later that we put out showed multi-kilo about 6 kilometers away on some of the other veins in the district. Now the district has about 21 veins, large veins that run through the entire district. But in addition to that, if you were to add up all the veins in terms of their length, it's 75 kilometers. So significant amount of working, significant amount of veins, significant amount of opportunity there. So our job now is to essentially go. There's 2 opportunities for us. One is to explore underneath the old workings, and then the other opportunity is to find brand new kind of ore shoots or deposits along these new veins as well too.
I understand that it's been mined only down to the water table or something like that.
That's right.
Would it be a potential to look deeper or dewater, or along strike and try to prove up more near surface?
Exactly. Those are the 2 options. So Silvercrest is a good example of a success you can have by exploring underneath these old workings, and that's what our vice president of exploration and our team in Mexico have been doing at the San Carlos mine, is looking at extents of the ore shoots there under the water table. Excuse me. But on the other veins, these are at surface multi-kilo silver equivalent numbers. So there's potential for preserved ore shoots over there and under the workings on the San Carlos.
Yeah, I've seen some reference to a comparison with Silvercrest. It's been one of my best picks in my newsletter. It's been a wonderful story. Yeah. They have, of course, engineering capabilities. I'd like to ask you about your management then. Yeah. Are you prepared to move this into production then? You can pick up with the existing mills and take it forward, or how would that work?
Yeah, no, I definitely. So when my partner and Craig Perry and I kind of built this company out, we knew we needed to build the team and be strong in all aspects of the business. And so Craig's background is he was one of the founders of Next Gen Energy, one of the founders of EMR Capital, which is a multi-billion-dollar private equity firm out of Australia. I worked at Rio Tinto. Has a lot of great experience in the business end of mining. But we also brought on our friend and colleague Simon Smirlik, who's the president of Ausenco Engineering. So Simon's built more mines than than I've ever seen, and probably most people have ever been to. He's built more, so he's a fantastic addition to the team. And so when we bring him down there, he's seen the workings to the water table. He gave us the opportunity to understand whether or not we could dewater it. So it's been excellent getting his insight there. And then of course we have Stuart Smith, who's a geologist who's very well known, worked at Teck Resources, kind of looks at it with a different point of view, and we're very happy to have him. And then on the kind of corporate side, we have Yale Simpson and Bryce Roxborough, who have sold Exeter and Extory back to back, and so we have a fantastic team.
It looks like you're well-rounded, unlike a lot of juniors that hope to find something major and flog it off to a major company. You're equipped with various options, so you can go forward.
Yeah.
I know that you just announced a raise. You raised, I think, $6 million or something like that, or you're about to.
We're about to, yeah.
How, assuming that goes through, how well financed will you be? How far will that take you? And then what might investors be looking forward to in the way of news over the next several months?
So we just announced this morning a $6 million financing, $4 million brokered financing led by PI, and a $2 million non-brokered portion of that as well. And essentially that'll take us all the way through our discovery phase. So we have a budget for a discovery phase, and that would take us, we could make that last for a year. But in my point of view, I'd like to see us, use that money to rapidly discover potential ore shoots and potential pathway to resources that'll justify the back end purchase. But we will be well financed after that financing.
Yeah, I guess I should have mentioned that you're the founder and president and CEO of the company. And you've been trading you're not a well-known company. You're just now starting to tell your story. You're trading in the market now. What sort of volume?
Yeah, so we do, I think, on average, 400,000 shares a day.
Okay.
I started the company about 2 years ago after my partner Craig and I sold a cobalt company in 2017. We were probably one of the only successful exits in cobalt at the time, and
a lot of companies trying.
Yeah, and exactly. And I incorporated the company and took it through the IPO process. And basically, for about a year, we were looking for the right asset for this, and took me about a year after finding this project to get it finally into the company. And part of that was with the work of Can-Am, a fellow named John Mirko, who'd actually built the relationships down there, and was an important part of all this too.
It's a really interesting story. It's one I'm going to want to follow up on. I know I'm going to. I wish you all the best. It looks like a very exciting prospect here, and something that would seem to have scale too.
Well, that's right. It truly is a district scale.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's really great to hear the story.
Very good. Thank you.